Hey guys, welcome to Before the Last Hour. This is brand spanking new, out on early access. It's like a roguelike deck builder, Slay the Spire meets FTL turn-based kind of game. It's really beautiful. It has this amazing art style, really interesting kind of story from the beginning from what I've seen. I want you guys to see the opening cutscene real quick. Now, if that's not amazing, I don't know what is. That was sick. So sick. Okay, I want to jump right into this. Oh, I hit continue. My bad. This is... So I played a little bit. I wanted to get a feel what exactly was happening in this game and how to... I wanted to show you guys just how it plays out really quickly without doing the tutorial again. Let's do a new game. So you have your starting deck here. This game is kind of interesting. It's like... you have these combos that you can do with the different cards in your deck, and I'll show you how that works. So far we can just choose the fighter, which gives us +1 to attack and +50 to health, I believe, and we can change our appearance. What's cool is, look, it changes the appearance of this person over here. How weird is that? That's pretty cool. So I'm just gonna do this dude, fighter. Let's start. I'll show you guys what I mean. I didn't hit skip tutorial, did I? We'll see. Look at him go. The world has stopped. The wind no longer blows. Nothing is born. Nothing dies. Everything remains still and silent. No one knows why or how it happened. The few inhabitants of these dead and desolate lands are gradually plunging into oblivion, an evil that erases their memories, their personality, transforming them into wandering and aggressive creatures, the Eternals. Time is broken, freezing the world forever in the middle of its apocalypse. Now, if you can't tell, there's going to be some like grammar and spelling errors. I don't think the developers are native English speakers. I don't believe, and there's a lot of kind of grammar mistakes that you'll find, but it's no problem. A new energy suddenly flows into your body, awakening you from the torpor in which you had been immersed for too long. Your eyes open to the sight of a foul beast finishing off a corpse. Frightened, you try to move away as quickly as possible, knocking over a motor jet on which you had been sitting until then. The beast then turns its gaze towards you, its mouth foaming with slime and blood. In a swift and instinctive movement, you extend your arm, conjuring a weapon. If this creature wants to make you its next meal, it will have to come for you. So you know what, I think I will show you the tutorial real quick, and I'll just skip over their stuff really fast. So there's this beast. I think this beast is always going to be chasing you in the game. Now, we have all of these cards, and we can pretty much make synergies with them, like I said, with the combos. The enemy also has these synergies. So we have a strength card, then we can do a combo with, like, what do they want us to do? Piercing. And every time you create a combo, the card previously gets an extra level. And you can see it, the same thing happens with the enemy's cards. Combo, pierce +3, and you see it says level 1 has like +6 attack, but once it gets to level 5, it does some extra stuff. There's like, the more levels you can make it, the stronger it gets. And then we'll just do this and do some damage to him. We lock it in. Oh, look how good this looks. Now, I don't know what that was supposed to be. I think that's a glitch. I don't know what it said. It's a bunch of garbage. Now, we also have spell cards. They want us to have 3 spell cards, so really what we can do is try to redraw another card. So I'm just gonna right click it and get a new card. Awesome. This copy of spell is negated by an opposing card with a counter spell effect. So you see these little eyeballs out right here, just like Bloodborne, if you know. It's like insight. That's what it's called, okay? It's called insight. Basically, we can see their cards and we can cancel out one of their cards. So what they want us to do here is, once per turn, you may cancel an opponent's card by consuming your insight. So let's anticipate this one. Apparently it has a counter spell. I think it's that little green symbol, like right here. I'm not 100% sure. Oh wait, maybe it's this. Maybe it's this blue thing. I'm still unsure about that. So our spell is ready to go. Let's launch our fireball. Look how sick that looks. It's so cool. Of course, this is our life right here. He's already at half health. Once per battle, you can select a consumable. So what we're going to do is use a grenade. We have consumables. We have an inventory here. Basically, this is all of our armor, headpiece, boots, and then artifacts and consumables. Right now, we just have a deadly grenade. It's a lot to take in. There's a lot to this game so far. And then we can just do our basic stuff. So this has a combo with strength. So I guess I'll just do strength. This has a combo with pierce. But I don't know what it means when it's broken like this. I'm still wondering about that. So let's just do our cards, and then really for the majority of this, we're gonna learn together. Oh, look at that. I think that was a grenade. We just smacked the soul out of him. What just happened? Next turn. Oh boy. This has a speed bonus, so it went up to level 3. And we'll just do this again. Do we want to stop any of his cards? I don't think, it's not really necessary. I mean, if he does have like a combo going on, you might want to break it, but for the most part, I think it's fine. I mean, look how good we're doing. Handicap, +1 handicap. Don't know what that means. We're gonna learn that together. It says strength combos, but we don't have any strength cards. And I don't know, we have one more reroll. I mean, we could do it. Why not? Let's just do it. Hey. So let's drop this. Oh. This went up to 3 and this went up to 3. Look at that. So does it just have to be... I guess it doesn't matter as long as you're touching strength. It can be before or after. Interesting. So this should do a lot of damage. And we're just gonna finish it off very quickly. We have a defend combo. Let's do that. Then we'll do this. This should get the kill. He has 7 life. Yeah. I think we always attack first, so that's nice to know. We beast has run away. You catch your breath, observing the world in which you have awakened. Everything is still, bleak, as if dying. You have this strange sensation that you are not waking up for the first time. Your mind is numb, your memory is too fuzzy to hold on to. Your gaze drifts to the gauntlet on your arm. A light flashes on it. You press a button and the screen appears. A simple sentence is displayed. Resume mission. Eliminate dices. Location of last death being acquired. Destination acquired. Loading route. Machinically, I want to say mechanically, you start the motorjet and drive off. Continuum. It's silly. It's silly, but look how beautiful this is. Now this is where the FTL stuff comes into play. Here's the map. You left click to move. So you have this timer here. Like every time you move, this number decreases. Once it reaches 0, that beast, he just ran away. He's going to come back and hunt you down. Pretty interesting. I haven't gotten that far. This is about as far as I got. This is your risk meter. As your risk factor increases, loot quality basically is also going to increase. Very important, increases the chance of getting rare and powerful items. This is our jump. It's like it lets us move 2 spaces, but you can't use it like one after the other. You have to reload it, but that causes beasts to advance towards you. This is the continuum. It's your main resource. Think of it like scrap from FTL. You can heal yourself, you can buy stuff, improve stuff. Then the codex. That's where the roguelite element comes in. Here's our inventory. Here's all of our stats. Attack, defense, insight, lets us stop opponent's card, and our redraw. And then here's all the little different effects we have. Pierce, thunder, fire. They all have their own little affliction that they cause. And then we have our deck over here. A lot to take in. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of elements on the screen. I just want to go. I just really want to start this. So let's move. I guess we can only move 1 right here. And we have an event right away. FTL man. A dark and menacing force is escaping from this place, jealously guarding a pile of treasure. It grabs you, and you soon realize that you cannot escape its influence. Make an offering to try to calm the place down. Tackle the place. Do nothing. Tackle the place? What the hell? So what does this do exactly? Plus 21 time? Minus 21 time. Or minus 71 life, but we get 1 treasure. Ooh, here we get a risk. Our risk factor increases. If it's level 1, your opponent gains plus 7 life per tier. Oh god. Here we lose defense, but we gain time. I don't know what this time is. Is that going to add to this time? Or we lose. I'm guessing this is life. Let's do this. Do nothing. What just happened? What did we lose? I'm not even sure what we just lost. Oh, this is continuum. The timer is continuum. I get it. I don't know what we lost necessarily. Minus 75 something. Okay. Component bar? Good lord, there's a lot to this game. You can't believe your luck. You've just found an old cache of equipment. There are too many items in the cache to look at everything. You might want to concentrate on weapons, technical aids, or exploration tools. Combat techniques. I'm going to look for a weapon. Contains only upgrades. It takes you a while to sort through them and get the most useful one. Again, this is a French developer. That's right. I forgot to mention that. Free restoration. Plus 1 free restoration in your weapon's ability tree. Our weapon has an ability tree? Oh. Well, they don't teach you about that. They definitely do not teach you about that. So I'm not even sure what that is. Apparently our weapon has an ability tree, so that's cool. Maybe we'll find out later. An alchemist had set up a makeshift workshop here. The quality goes up, but we lose continuum. Risk factor goes up minus 27 something. I don't know what that is. Oh, I guess it's just healing, some kind of healing. But plus for, I'm guessing that's this, but we're learning. Let's do a loot quality. You managed to synthesize one of his creations, but it has taken you a long time. Risk factor increases your loot quality, but increases the difficulty. Right, so we lost some continuum. Okay. But we're gonna get better loot. The buttons are pretty interesting. Q is to go left. D is to go to the right. Not sure why that is. Let's go. Is this the boss? This must be the, yeah, that's the boss. At least they labeled that. I guess we want to try to explore. Ooh, what's that? You stop not far from the tent. An Eternal is standing in front, still conscious enough to communicate. Exchange information. Rob her. Let's exchange information. I want to see what this +3 does. Hunting increases the pursuit of the beast. So it's really not +3, it's really -3. That's what I figured. It's kind of bad, but hey, we're gonna get better loot. This must just be a battle. Let's go here. Okay, battle time. Okay, we got some older dude here. What? All weapon actions calculate gains +1. +1 what? +3 defense by spell in synergy. Oh boy, what is he doing here? Temporal blocking? What is that? Then he has +6 attack and +1 something. I don't know what he's doing, dude. We're gonna do our own little stuff here. Let's do... This is weapon. He's gonna hit us for 6. Block a little bit. There we go. We have a little combo, but we're not going to do any damage. Is it because of this? What if we block that? Then we'll do 20. I think that was it. I think that was the thing blocking us. Oh, he just did some healing. +3 bleed. Okay, that's what that is. Oh god. Are we bleeding? Not yet. What's this? Bonus based on the health lost by the opponent. Well, he hasn't lost much, so probably not worth using yet. This one's not good. We're not going to do too much damage. If anything, because of this. He has too many of these. So what happens if we just attack? Oh, he got to go first. Well, that did a lot. Okay, we're learning. We're learning. Does he have another one? What's this? Fireball? Ooh. He's gonna heal for 15, which is really not good. We've barely done anything to him. Might need to cut that one out. It's gonna do 15 damage to us. Just gets a pierce, synergy. And defend for a little bit. I don't want to use all my insight. We're gonna see if this recovers. I don't have any consumables. If it recovers next battle. Oh, so he does get to go first. I wonder how that's determined. But that was good. 24. Hey. Oh, adds bleed to the next card drawn. He's defending, he has 4 defense. I wonder where the bleed comes in. These are his cards. Oh, we can see his cards. Okay. Wait, no. Yes. These are his. Interesting, we can see his cards too. Then he has 2 more cards in his hand. Got it. Okay, maybe he didn't choose the bleed card then. So what can we do? Counterspell? This is a counterspell. Very interesting. But somehow he's going to be doing 15 damage to me. This is plus 18. Good lord. And then he has a combo. So he has plus 4, plus 4, plus 4, plus 2, plus 2. He has a ton of defense. I think I need to break this. That's too much damage, man. But there's no point in doing counter spells. He's not doing a spell. So we're gonna do defense, strength. Oh, the cards stay leveled up. Oh, I see how that works now. So now this leveled up for us. Oh, look how strong it is now. Okay, I see. Everything gets stronger. Got it. The more the battle progresses, everything gets stronger. I'm gonna be able to block a little bit of this. Then he keeps hurting himself. Or no, he's bleeding. He himself is bleeding. He caused the bleeding on himself. Okay. Oh. Now, these are spells, so I guess we would want to do counterspell. Oh, look, the damage jumped up to 17 now. Damage is bonus damage based on the health lost by the opponent. Okay. We don't have any defense cards, so we're just going to have to go with this. 50 damage. Uh-oh. We countered this, right? Whoa, dude. That's crazy. You won. 5 continuum, weak loot. Oh, is this the weak loot? Health, take care of your health. Is that our loot? That's the loot? Just health? The massive silhouette of a crashed ship in the sand and torn by shell impact stands before you. The surrounding scenery seems devoid of interest, and you prefer to look for a way into the ship. Oh. The only access points you find are 2 breaches in the hull. One is at the back of the ship, while the second is towards the bridge. Oh, go the risky path. Risk factor increased. After escaping the trappings of decaying wreck, you arrive in the reactor room. The structure climbs up a spiral, topped by electrical generators. On the walkways above you are hundreds of walkways above you are hundreds of empty cages, except for one in which an animal is squeaking. The generator cables also lead to a large steel door. Mystery choice. Violent choice. Why is this violent? Freeing the animals violent? Let's do the mystery. With a steady hand, you lower the lever and send the current to the door. Electrical energy crackles and spurts from the wires until it activates the safe mechanism. You rush to the room you have just opened. A rack of equipment is freely accessible before a monster is attracted by the noise. The noise. Every comma looks like a period. You retrieve its contents and return to your bike. Well, let's get armor. We don't have this armor yet. Wars waiters are common. Redraw a strength action adds +1 something to it for combat. What is that? Let's get that. Cool. That's pierce. Oh. Reduces the defense. Reduces the defense adverse. Okay. So if they do pierce damage, I can reduce pierce damage. Oh, maybe that's what that means. I think I get it. Let's make sure we equip it. This only works if you redraw a strength action. Okay. We'll remember that. So that was cool. Boss is all the way over here. But maybe we want to explore some more. We have to be careful because this dude is going to come chase us soon. How far can we go? You feel that you have been followed for some time. Perhaps you could try to neutralize your pursuer or try to speed up. Increase risk. Lose your pursuer. Oh, do we now we actually gain? Block the beast. Oh, good. Okay. Let's go further. Oh, shit. What's this? Ha, welcome, dear friend. I have so much and so much to offer. If you have continuum. We only have 40. Well, that's in French. I don't know exactly. Oh, so, okay. We can heal 50 if we give him 5 continuum. What's our life? That's our life. Sure. I think that's worth it. Trade. Choose an artifact from the merchant. Choose one of your artifacts. Oh. I see. But we don't have any artifacts. I think these would have been our artifacts here. So we don't have any. We could sell things if we wanted. Let's just see what we can buy. Consumable. +5 damage for this fight. Okay. Redraw. A pierce action adds +3 damage to it for combat. Okay. That could be pretty good. But we just got boots. I don't know if I want to buy boots necessarily. And this gives us 2 defense in general. Maybe we don't want any of these. Even though it's purple. Purple is probably good. Purple's probably good. +2 pierce defense. let's just buy that and believe. What, there's more up here? Is there something like, there's something else up here, man? Oh god. Okay, we're in an interesting spot. I love this art, man. It's so good. Mortal attack and dodge. All critical actions inflict. What kind of damage is that? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Just some kind of damage. The weapon. Assault actions acquires the counter spell effect. Assault action acquires the counter. Okay. 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 Overspeed. Here's some kind of spell. I don't know what it's gonna do. Damage and then damage. He's gonna do 24 damage to me. Oh, I don't know. Don't know how. I'm apparently doing. I'm starting with 16 damage. Hey, that had bleed on it? Combo Pierce plus 3 bleed. Oh. I see. So it's doing plus 3 bleed. Okay, we're learning more and more how this works. Oh, these both have some kind of counter spell thing on them. Is there nothing we can do to break that? He's gonna do 30 damage to us. That's wild, man. We did this backwards. We want to do this, this, this. There we go. He goes first because he has this counterspell thing. So we did bleed him, plus 3 bleed, right. Defend a little bit. $35. I mean, not much else we can do, right? Ooh. Oh, he's bleeding us too. Oh, that's not good. These all have bleed on them? Why? Why? Why do they? 51. I would almost get the kill, but the bleed might kill him? Is that what's happening? Inflicts 1 damage if the action is in hand at the end of the turn. Oh. I see. Actually, this is going to be the thing that kills him now that I think about it. Oh, these maxed out. Oh, dude, look how powerful it is now. Oh, this is going to be a critical. Look at this. Oh my god. That's so good. Standard loot. I mean, we do need healing. We do need some healing. Getting off your motorbike, it is the thirst for exploration that drives you to enter this tower. It looks very aggressive, and everything indicates not to visit it. It is therefore an ideal place to hide or conceal something, you think. You find traces of a raiding party's camp. However, amidst the steel beams and rocks, you feel a trickle of fresh air. Now I have the risky path over here, which I know my camera's kind of blocking. I'm going to have to try to find If there's a better place to put this, I might have to put myself up here. Or we have the safe plastic. Let's always do risky, man. Steel beams are like spikes to repel the curious. The rocks hide the relief with their shadows. With your hand outstretched, you touch the draught and trace it back. Eventually, you find a trap door. After lifting it, you enter the subterranean space leading to a dark and vast room. As you enter, the lights come on, revealing a giant living room with museum-like decor. Dozens of display cases hold unique artifacts, while a leather sofa facing a fireplace is covered with old plans and notebooks. That's very strange. Smash glass cases to steal artifacts. That's the violent choice. Gather notes for reading. I always loved the mystery choice. But stealing artifacts. Gather notes. Violent choice. We got some weak loot. Motojet. Temporal mine. Oh, it's called temporal mine. By using this object, you can trap a square on the map. If the beast runs over the trap, it loses your track. Whoa. Without restraint, you smash the glass in the display cases to get the artifacts. Many of them are just trinkets or ancient relics with no power, but you do find one piece of such magical power that it belongs in your belongings. After looting the Great Hall, you leave the place. Cool. Got it. Cool. You have just obtained a consumable motorjet item. They are placed here and can be consumed on the square you are on to get their effects. Once used, they will be destroyed. Got it. Okay, so we are officially done over here. Oh shit, oops. So he didn't change his stuff. Do we need to heal though? Let's do it. Let's heal. Goodbye. Now, unfortunately, this is counting down the more we move. Uh-oh. You're facing an old forge, which still has some usable pieces of armor. We are lacking the resources to do this one. Explore. Safe rest. We don't need to rest. Let's explore. Oh, we did lose life. Okay, we did. Cool. It's definitely something here. Oh, it's a battle. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Let's see what this guy has. Exoskeleton and dazzling review. +1 defense based on the warrior's health. Critics gain. +1 days. He's gonna do 235 damage to me. What is going on? Why? Combo weapon. Combo pierce. I don't know how to stop that. I don't know what that means. What if I break that? Now he does 78. That's insanity. I need to do some... Strength gives me some defense, and I need some more defense. I mean, that's what I'm gonna have to do, I guess. Just do this. Oh, this is a mess. How am I supposed to block that? Oh my god. Burn? Oh, I'm burning. Inflicts 3 damage when using the action, so don't use the action. gonna do 25. That's more manageable. But I don't have any strength cards. But if my equipment says if I redraw a strength action, oh shit. I don't have strength. I think that's kind of the best I can do right now. He's not casting a spell on me. I could try to break something, but at this point, probably not worth it. Let's just do this. Only 15, which is really bad. He has a lot of life. 202. Wow. This is like a boss battle. This is still burning? How long does it stay burning for? Wait a second, if I redraw that. So what if I do this? What if I do this? Oh, all of my strength cards get the plus. Wait a second, he's defending? He's defending a lot. Let's break one of those. Oof. Now these both should get a boost. That's tough, man. This has a counter spell on it. I don't know what that exactly means, but let's just start with this. Only 9. No problem. No problem. I only have one more insight. That's pretty bad. Oh, he has this too. But that's only if I use a spell, right? What if I do that? No, it's still going to do some damage to him. Weird. Maybe have to do this. He's gonna do 42. Which one do I break? I don't know. Should I break any of them? He might have something stronger next time. What are you doing? 40. That was pretty good. 6 bleed. He's bleeding. He did 42 damage to me. My god. And now I basically have to use these or I'm gonna take bleeding damage, which isn't the worst thing, but oh my god. Incendiary missiles? Is that considered a spell? Because if so, I should do that. 41 damage. It's just not enough. It's just not enough. +1, what is that? I don't know what that is. 62 damage. I mean, it's something. He's gonna do 41 to me. Oh my god. Oh. Okay, he's only doing 14. That's no problem. I probably should have used insight last time, because I might be able to get the kill. Let's see. I still don't have any strength cards. But if I do this, 53. Oh, frick. These are maxed out now. It could cause confusion. Or no, stun. I should be defending more. I'm just trying to get this guy dead. Critical. Ooh. I think it says handicap and bleed. Minus 1 handicap. So he only drew, because he had 2 stun on him, he only drew 3 cards. So he has to use these cards. Interesting. Oh, this has a strength combo. So maybe we want to do like that. This would get the kill, so just do it, man. Oh, God. That's crazy, man. Heavy sword. Oh. It's like healing or so. I'm gonna get a freaking sword, dude. Wait, what is that? It's an actual sword, right? It's an actual weapon. What's this? What's that? Oh, he's chasing us? Oh no. The bunker. The sand crunches under your soul as you step onto the ground. The descending light of the desert illuminates the huge crystals that stand before you, casting a green glow on the ground. You move forward cautiously, taking in more detail of each aspect of the landscape. Off to the side, you see the entrance to a bunker. You have no doubt that it must hold some hidden treasure. On the other hand, its gigantic crystal structures are not without interest either, as they seem so alien to the world around you. Out of the corner of your eye, you feel as if you can see a shadow moving across the landscape. I only have 62 health. Risky path. You are intrigued. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh no. They're gonna be so strong. Yikes. You are intrigued by the huge crystals and decide to walk towards them. As you move forward, you feel more and more that you are being watched. However, you do not perceive any presence around these monumental emeralds that pierce the ground in front of you. You redouble your caution as you approach. It is only when you reach them that you understand why you feel you are being watched. In the heart of the crystal, you see a figure kneeling, trapped in a powerful energy. The pitiful being makes you want to interact with it. The world building is pretty sweet in this. It has the same FTL, like, different events. You learn about these different worlds and different stars and different space, whatever, aliens. But this is cool because it's based in like this dead world. Very, very neat. Try to recover the energy of the crystal. Try to get in touch with the being. I did the violent choice. I can choose continuum, 35 continuum, or the moto jet. You reach the Titanic Emerald, your gauntlet reacting immediately, draining all the energy from the crystal. You leave surprised that you have not absorbed any continuum. I will choose the continuum. Okay, now this is pretty bad. He's chasing us. He's down here, 1, 2, he has a few spaces to go. We are in no shape to fight that guy. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna move. Then he moves. Then we're trying to get here. And we're gonna move here. Oh shit. Move here. I think I should use this. Oh, we can choose which one. We should probably do it here. And then move. And move again. I think he got stuck. I think he got trapped. Does he have new stuff? Speed, action, critical gains +2. I don't know exactly what that is. Per defend action and synergy. It's a little bit confusing, to be honest. But this is what we came here for. We need to heal. Very badly. Anything else we need? I wish we had a helmet. I don't know if this is worth more than taking this. This blocks pierce damage, I guess. We draw a strength card. Adds that to it for combat. I'm gonna have to try to figure out what these things are. Can't trade anything. Oh, our sword. We need to equip our sword. Can we check our inventory right now? I don't think we can. Hey, this is purple too. Okay, I think we're just gonna leave. See if we can equip our new sword. Oh, look at this. +1 insight, +4 attack, +2 fire. Yo. That's pretty good. Oh, look, it tells you right here. Even though it says this one would be -4, it's not really -4. This changes up here too. Weapon, +2. Oh. It is +4. Plus now it has a little counterspell type thing on it. Oh, the weapon changes our weapon card completely. Oh, I see. Because now the combo is speed and you gain +1 insight, which is actually really good. Okay, well, we're definitely going to keep that. Now, is he gone? Oh, shit. How did he appear there? Oh no, I'm gonna have to jump. I'm gonna jump here. Now we can't jump again unless we reload, but that causes the beast to advance, which I don't know if that means he's gonna move 5 times. Usually it just means move the counter down, but we'll see. Okay, what's happening? What's happening? How did he get here? Did he teleport? What the hell? Oh boy. This icon represents the end of this map. A boss is waiting for you there. If you move there, you can't go back. I don't have any other choice. Look at my loot qualities, 8. But this is really hard too. Oh shit. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, let's see. What is this, Dark Souls? What the hell? How much life does he have? A huge knight stands in your way. The moment he sees you, he points his gigantic weapon at you and shouts. You dare to live again after what you have done? So be it. For the affront you have brought upon my Hore Dices, I will annihilate you. It's interesting, he's like, looks like this here in this picture, but here he looks a little bit different. Weird. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. So even you can be contaminated by the Oblivion. The Horai are our goddesses, heretic, and you do not deserve their blessing. Okay. I'm gonna call them whore. No matter, goddess or not, I must eliminate her. So be it, then I will crush you. Okay, he only has 258. We can work with this, man. We can work with this. We probably want to get this up as soon as possible because we get insight from this. And then we can defend also. Yes. Yes. We should probably redraw this too. How many times? Probably just redraw this at 3. If I redraw it again, I don't know. At level 1, the strength action gains a combo with weapon +1. Some kind of handicap, I don't know what that means. +1 defense by handicap something active on the opponent. What is that? Oof. These are pretty nasty, man. These are pretty nasty. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Speed. Gain insight. Wait. Yeah, I should add it down here, I hope. And then defend. And then I'm also gonna break one of his things. Probably this? Because it says +1, whatever that is. I don't want that on me. Here we go. Ooh. Right, I have fire damage now. Ouch. Okay, I have this card again. Only doing 20. Pierce and speed. If I do strength, what if I re-roll this? It's +2. So strength, pierce, speed. Right? That's pretty good. It's gonna do 20 damage to me. I think this is fine. I'm doing some piercing damage myself. Oh god. Can you imagine getting smacked with that? What are we doing here? I don't have speed, unfortunately. Could drop a defend. Shit. They're all speed? That's so bad. That's really bad. That's not good. Something. Where's my speeds? Where's my strength? Okay. All right. This is something we can work with. We do this. This. Make that stronger. We really should be getting some defense. I'm gonna need to cut something of his out. He's getting way too strong. I'm gonna cut this out. So I have 2 insight left. Has 3 bleed, so he's bleeding now. He's bleeding a lot. Oh, this is so bad. We need speed. But look at this, 16. Ooh. Let's drop one of these. Please give me speed. Frick. So this is +2. Now it should be +3. Get some defense. Do 87 damage. We're getting 2 insight. Why do we get 2 insight from this? Oh. Combo from strength gives us insight. I didn't even realize that. Let's go. That was a good hit. +2 handicap? Uh-oh, he did it to us. Oh, he broke my bone. Oh, that's what the handicap is. That's okay. It's fine, I can work with this. I can do... this. Speeds. This. Do 23 damage only. It's gonna do 40 damage. Oh. That's what we gotta do. Ouchie. Look how beautiful that looked though. Oh, he's really bleeding. And he's handicapped too. Alright, I think we might be able to get the kill here. Let's do... just that alone gets the kill, to be honest. What if we just... How does that add 70... Oh, you know what? The way the tutorial was set up made it seem like the pierce, because this says combo from pierce, made it seem like it had to be right after you use strength. But really, as long as it's anywhere in here, you get the bonus. So that's what's adding all this damage. I see. Well, he's dead. Not too bad. Oh, you're bleeding a little bit. The knight is on the ground, mortally wounded. He raises his head towards you and you can feel his hateful gaze through his helmet. You have won, my death is near. No matter, it is too late. She's still where you first faced each other, and what's eating her will be the death of you and this ungrateful world. Explain yourself. Oh no, I'll let you find out for yourself. Placing your temporal gauntlet on his helmet, you absorb what time he has left to live. The paladin succumbs at your feet. Your gauntlet beeps faintly and the screen unfolds before you. Integrated continuum signature, destination acquisition, destination acquired. Dude, max... Oh, that's max health. Or we gain a sword. I already have a good sword, so I don't want that. I think that's actually what sword I have now. So we're getting 20 max life, 100 healing, 50 continuum. I'm gonna take max life. Oh, we get to choose another. Remove all elemental resistances from the opponent until the end of the fight. Get another strength card. Defense level increases the level of all defend cards by 1. Free restoration. +1 free restoration in your weapon's ability tree. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna take defense. So where are we at now? What happens now? I mean, this is early access, so I don't know. Oh, I'm just in a new spot. Okay. Everything went back to 1. This is reset to 15. Heading for the bleeding crater. Interesting. We have a lot more life now. We still don't have any artifacts. Look at all these artifacts you can get. It's crazy. Okay, well, I think that was really successful for the first run. I thought for sure we were gonna die. No, we beat it. pretty sweet game. I hope you guys are liking it. I'm gonna be putting more of these out. You know, we're gonna continue this run. I'm probably gonna just keep continuing this until we see what early access has for us. So thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe. I will see you guys next time as I try my hardest to click the button right over here. Goodbye.